A lot of people have asked me how to cut down props for their Blade 150 like this and how I do it. Well, here's a set of 40-45 props from Gem Fan, and I have all the nuts off of the shafts here. So I have these 40-45 props, and I'm going to stick these on and just set them on for now. And remember, the way your propellers work is the propellers are designed to spin this way, toward the top of the propeller on what is that, your right, and then it spins this way. And so on a quadcopter, we want the propellers to blow air into the middle here, and if we turn around, blow air into the middle here. So with this propeller being, this one spins counterclockwise, to make it spin into the middle, we're going to put it back here on the back on this one, and that way it's spinning into the middle. Well, it would spin if it fit. So we put that on there, and I'll go and put these other ones on, and they all should, like I said, turn so they spin into the middle. So let me get these put on. Now that I have all these propellers on, the next thing I do is I put the screw nuts, or the throttle shaft nuts, or prop nuts. There we go. Prop nuts back on. And you got to remember that the black ones are turning counterclockwise to tighten, and the silver ones turn clockwise. And these aren't even all matching anymore. They used to, but I crashed and lost enough that I quit worrying about them matching. Alright, so since these are reverse threaded props, all they have to do is just be finger tight. You don't have to make them a lot tighter than that, and they'll be tight enough. And since, like I said, since they're all the counterclockwise and clockwise, and I got them in the right position, you don't have to worry about making them any more than finger tight. So once you have it like that, the next thing to do, we're going to take a pair of scissors and we're just going to chop them off. Now, there probably people will have a lot more scientific ways of doing this, but what I try to do is I line up the propeller right here, and I see where it lines up here, and then I just cut it off just a little bit longer, or a little bit shorter than the little spacer there. So there's the first one I cut, and you can see how it clears that spacer just fine. And I just have a little bit of room left there, maybe, I don't know, maybe half a centimeter or something. Get the other one cut. So there, I have the other side cut, and now you can see it'll spin past that spacer just fine. And what I'm looking for is that they're close to the same. So here you can kind of see how close it's getting to that spacer. And I'll go ahead and flip it around the other way, and you can see it's about the same there. This one might be a little bit longer. But as long as they're close, you're gonna have decent flight performance. If you're really concerned about it, then you can set up some kind of jig that'll cut them all the same. But this should work okay for now. I'm gonna go get these other three cut, and then we'll do a little flight test to see how it does. So they've all been chopped down now, and you can see these are just the tips of those 40-45s. That's about how much I cut off. And here we can look at these props here. See how they're clearing the little spacer there? And I got them about, well, let me get back in the picture. I got them about the same on all of them. And you know, the nice thing is you can always cut them a little bit shorter if you want to, but you don't really want to go too much shorter than you have to, because you want to have as much of that meat on there as you can to keep it flying. So let's go ahead and put this down and we'll see how it flies.
11.9.
So that's it. That's with the cut propellers with a pair of scissors. There's nothing fancy about cutting these up other than just making sure they're close to the same. You know, they don't have to be perfect, and these things will still fly fine. And these are a little less than 3.5, a little more than 3, like 3.25, maybe a little better. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments and I'll try to help you out as best I can. And as always, thanks for watching.